So this is my 22 by 22. To start, what is my 22 by 22? So basically, it is a list of things that I want to do by the year of 2022. This video is very much inspired by That's Chic. If you don't know her, I'll link her down below. She is absolutely one of my favorite YouTubers, and I just love her and want to be her. But her list was 30 by 30, which essentially she wants to hit 30 things that she wants to do before she turns 30 by the time she turns 30. And for me, I am 22 this year, turning 23, but I decided to tweak it a little and make it a year thing. And it ranges from both like external to internal things that I want to work on, and you'll see what's on my list. But basically, I feel like I set this up where things kind of overlap, and there's a very practical way that, like, they're not bucket list things where it's just like go skydiving because I'm afraid of heights, but you know, things that are achievable and that I can definitely do if I don't make excuses. Anyway, let's start. So the first thing on my list, number 1, learn Korean. I'm in Korea, so there's really no reason why I don't accomplish this. Number 2, read 12 books, 1 every month. Given that it's March and I've only read 1 book so far, but that's 1 book better than last year, so I will continue to work on that. Number 3, work on storytelling through vlogging. Number 4, start stretching more. I have the body of a grandma, so I want to do that. Number 5, learn HTML and CSS. Number 6, execute 1 personal passion project. So 5 and 6 kind of go hand in hand. I kind of set it up so that I can work on it together in a way, because I started this thing with my friend Lucy called Creative Hours, where 1/2 of the creative hours we work on something together, which also goes into another thing on my list later. But 1/2 of our creative hours is to work on something together, and another half is we're still like doing work together but our own personal stuff, and that's when I'll work on number 5, learn HTML and CSS. Number 7, dress better. Number 8, send more letters and postcards. I have sent 1 letter so far this year, which is pretty solid considering it's just March. Number 9, lean into being unapologetically myself. Number 10, learn to cook dishes besides fried rice. I don't know why I say fried rice as if I cook that all, like I cook that really often, but I definitely don't cook fried rice as often. I cook dumplings more, so I just want to learn more dishes that are for pleasure, you know, like I enjoy eating it versus surviving off of it, you know. Number 11, creating a space that stimulates me. Well, I have a whole apartment to do, like that empty wall, this empty wall, and just like a whole space that I can do stuff with. So I'm really trying to invest in my space because I am a homebody. Number 12, pay off my student loans. Number 13, invest into stocks. Number 14, actually let's backtrack. Number 13, I feel like this is the first like step into adulthood because I don't know anything about stocks. I don't work for a company that gives me any stocks, so I feel like this is something I have to do on my own, and it terrifies me because I know nothing about it and it's like a gamble. Number 14, practice vulnerability plus empathy plus love with those around me. Oddly enough, I'm really good at that, like those 3 things with strangers, but when you put me next to like my homies and my family, I'm not that great. I have emotional issues, and so this year I really wanted to try and work on it, specifically with people around me, because I don't have an issue like showing all those sides with someone who's a stranger, which is really dumb. I'm editing this right now and I realized I totally skipped over 15, which originally was gonna be perfect macaroon recipe, but I don't have an oven here and I'm not gonna buy an oven, but I also don't have a rice cooker, so I'm gonna change 15 to how to cook stove cooked rice because I don't have a rice cooker. Number 16, involve people into my creative process, creative hours. 17, eating less processed food and mindful physical health. I've always been like a mental health person. Like I strongly advocate for taking care of your mental health and stuff, but I've very much lacked physical health care. So this year I wanted to focus more on physical health, and that comes with also what I'm eating, because 80% of your diet comes from the kitchen, and so I'm trying to eat less processed food and cook more. Number 18, shop sustainably. 19, budget better. Don't buy things just to buy it, only buy things that I absolutely need. I think that goes into like saving the earth and trying to not like produce so much trash and like just things that I don't need in general. Like obviously I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, I am not gonna treat myself to something really nice, but at the same time, do I really need that $130 vinyl record when I don't even have a record player? No, I do not. Number 20, journal more often, both the good and the bad and also everything in between. I used to journal everything that was bad, like if I was in a bad mood, if I was sad, if I was just like in a rut, anything of those emotions, negative emotions, I would jot those thoughts down. And then recently when I pulled out my journals and I would read all my journal entries, I'm like, bro, why was I so sad? Like, this is depressing. And I realized that I don't really write about the good times, nor do I remember a lot of them, because I have the memory of a goldfish. So I wanted to focus more on just journaling everything, not just negative emotions. And if you look through my journal, I've been doing a pretty good job so far, and it's only March. Number 21, reply to people without being hesitant. I'm so bad at this. Like there's maybe 5 people that I could think of where literally I will respond without thinking, and the rest of the world, I draft it. And I'm like, bro, it's a conversation between a friend. Why do I feel like I need to draft it? Why? You know, my social anxiety just gets the best of me. So I'm trying to be better at that. Number 22, find my perfect cup of coffee or how to make it. I drink a cup of coffee every morning, and I still don't know how to make a coffee that I like love. I just survive, which I guess is a theme, is like I've been surviving. And so I want to spend this year kind of figuring out what's my best cup of coffee. So that's my 22 by 22 list, and if you guys want to start yours, that would be great. I feel like it's cool to see what's on other people's like bucket list, essentially. I like to call this my list, not a bucket list. I think bucket list kind of has this connotation where it's like you have to give up your whole life. Okay, not really, that's dramatic, but like the connotation that it's, you know, out of this world kind of goals and stuff, just crazy things that you want to do, versus this list is like totally achievable. I can do it as long as I remind myself to. So I hope this inspired some of y'all to make it. Honestly, I just wanted to make this video because it keeps me accountable. If I put it in the world, if I put it on the internet, it means that I should be doing it because I'm held accountable, and that means I should make a part 2 to this video when I actually finish these 22 by 22, aka see this video in a year. Yeah, that's all I got.